This podcast is powered by the pros at Paschal Air Plumbing and Electric. Arkansas owned, Arkansas operated. GoPaschal.com.
You know, we let a lead slip away, and it's hard to recover when you give up 6 in 1 inning, but we had plenty of chances to score today. We left a lot of runners on. We are swinging the bats better, in my opinion. We did swing at some too many pitches out of the zone. Got to clean that up a little bit before this week. And too many little missed opportunities to get one here, maybe 2 there. Runner first and second, third, 1 out, things like that. We didn't drive people in all the time. So credit to Auburn. They fought back after we had them on the ropes. It really probably boiled down to a couple of free passes here and there, and pitch counts getting up, and big swing. The home run that went over the big left field walls. He hit it good, but it was a fly ball. It just barely cleared the walls. It was coming down, and that's the way it works when you're playing with quirky parks, and it got us today.
Go ahead, Bob.
Yeah, Dave, Cooper McMurray, he came in super hot, but you guys had really handled him those first 2 games. I think he had 7 strikeouts, but he broke out today with a home run, a single. I think he was on base 4 times. Just what you think about the way he responded after a couple pretty tough games?
Yeah, he did a really good job. And, he had to get his hits off left-handed pitching today for the most part, and drove in 4 runs. The big swing was that 3-run homer. Looked like we might get out of that inning with the 1-run lead, and then the fly ball blew out of the park. All of a sudden we're down a couple, but he had a good day. He was the difference for him.
And then the bullpen's been so good. What'd you see in the 6th inning? Obviously, you used 3 guys, and like you say, I guess you were 1 at bat from getting out of it, and didn't quite happen. What'd you see from the bullpen there, and how unusual was that based on how they've performed this year?
Just a couple of mistakes. Cooper Dossett comes in, and man, he throws 2 really good pitches. It counts 1 and 2, and then he threw it right down the middle, and the guy hit it out of the park and kind of shocked you a little bit. And then he might have given up another hit. I don't remember exactly what happened, but he just didn't locate the finish. And I think Gackle, he got behind the count, walked a couple of people. He hadn't been doing that. He only threw a few pitches the other day. He's had a couple of days to rest, and he was ready to go. It just didn't happen for him today. So I thought Fisher came in, tough situation. He just, gave up the fly ball. It turned into a 3-run homer, and kind of a tough luck pitcher on that swing. But he gave us a chance to get back in it. We came back in the next inning and had, runners at first and second, 1 out. Maybe we already had 1 run in, and we didn't score. And, that was a chance for us to really, maybe gut punch them a little bit after they score 6 and take the lead. At a minimum, we should have tied it there, and we didn't. And 1 big hit, we're ahead. So typical game 3 got a little crazy.
I guess on a happier note, you became a grandfather. I know you're going back and forth. Just what was this weekend like for you, and what's it like having 3 grandkids all of a sudden?
Well, it was a great weekend. Wasn't really step back and take a look at it. It was easy for me. My daughter had to carry 3 babies in her for a long time, and it's not fun, I'm sure. And I'm really proud of her. It was just back and forth on the plane a few times, and it was all worth it, though. It feels great. I'm glad they're here, glad they're being taken care of, and, looking forward to watching them grow up.
Hey, thanks. I might have a couple more, but I'll turn it back to Oliver. Thanks, Dave.
Okay.
Ellis.
Yeah, Coach, you hadn't really had a ton of close games these last few weeks. So how good was it this weekend from an evaluation standpoint? 3 straight back-to-back, tied to the end game, just to see what some of your pieces are made of a little bit.
Yeah, I did. And that's what I told him after the game. I said, winning's hard. We won 1-0, 5-4, 6-4, 5, whatever it was last night. And then, today's game was a 1-run game going into the 8th inning, and we lost by 2. But, we just talked about, the difference between winning and losing those close games are just so it's fine. It's little things, just driving in a run, making contact, making a pitch here or there, maybe turning a double play, whatever. And I told him in this league, you can run off a couple, 3 in a row, you can run 5 in a row, but you can get beat 5 times real quick in this league. If you let up a little bit, or if you don't execute, you'll find yourself, 500. And it's our schedule is amazing. Next weekend we got LSU, we got Ole Miss. I mean, you go on, and it's just nobody cares. You got to win when you can. And but at the same time, I told them it was a great weekend. We won 2 out of 3 on the road against a ranked team, a team that was struggling. They were going to fight us till the end, and they did. And we were real close to sweeping them in their own park, but we didn't. But we could have. So maybe next time we will.
And for you personally, I guess coming into the year, you knew there might be a possibility that a weekend like this would happen for you, where you might have to make a trip or you might have to go do grandfather duty. Is it a little bit of a sigh of relief to have this? I'm not out of the way. I mean, you still have grandkids, but that, this situation has already played out and now you can kind of move forward and not be on the edge of wondering when you're going to get that call and stuff like that.
Yeah, really the relief to me is just that, they've been delivered and they're healthy. My daughter's fine. And, that's the relief. It wasn't a problem for me at all mentally. Just excited, like my wife is, and my other daughter and relatives and Jacob's family. So, just happy everything is good. And yeah, but yeah, it's, I'm excited about the future.
Hush, go ahead.
Hey, Dave. Molina looked really good those first 3 innings, and they kind of really had to battle those next 2. Just what did you see out of him today?
Yeah, the fourth inning, we had a long at bat, and you figure he's going to be well rested. He hadn't thrown very many pitches, and that's the shutdown inning. It ended up being a shutdown inning, but had to work for it. There might have been a walk or 2 that inning, and I think he got frustrated. He didn't get some close calls, and usually that doesn't help. The umpire a lot of times will not give you those. They see you out there acting frustrated. I think it's a good learning experience, but yeah, the 4th and 5th, there's just way too many pitches thrown, too many wasted pitches, not really close. And, Auburn didn't have to work a couple of times to get base runners on. It was 4 pitch walk and a 5 pitch walk and stuff like that, and if we can clean that up, I mean, we can get 7 out of it because they don't hit him. I mean, they gave up a couple of hits and, but he gave up 4 walks. They started hitting the ball hard there the last inning because he was behind in the count. And, just we got to get better with that. But he's a really good pitcher, really hard to hit. The games are going to get better and tougher as we move on. So hopefully next weekend he'll pitch next Saturday against LSU, and he can give us a few more quality innings.
And Diggs had been, hitless this weekend until, getting the 2 big hits for you today. Just how good was that to see him deliver in those spots?
Yeah, it was good. We need him. He's a tough out. Takes a lot of pitches, sometimes too many. But this weekend, it just seemed like he went out of the zone a little bit, and I think he started pressing. But for him to get a couple of big hits, a double and a triple, it was big. And like I said, we had a chance to score more, but we just didn't get a few more hits down the road.
Last thing I have, Fisher threw, I think, 39 pitches today. Does that change how if you'll start him on midweek, or do you know that yet?
Yeah, we don't know that yet, but we have a plan. And, if he pitched today and he's not ready to go Tuesday in any in any role, then that's fine. Get him ready for the weekend. But we've got some guys that are ready to go and that need to pitch. And, we're going to do what we can to win that game on Tuesday. But we got to get some guys on the mound. We got to get some guys from at bats and, get ready for the weekend next weekend.
Christina, Bob, last 2 questions, please.
Yeah, Coach, Ty Wilmsmeyer had a couple of really good plays there in the field, just with the diving catch, and then later when he actually dropped the ball and still got the out. Just what did you see from those 2 plays, and then what have you liked from him in the field so far?
Well, he's what I would call an above average or a plus defender in center. He's got an accurate arm. He showed that on that throw to third, and because he threw it over the cutoff man, but he was throwing to third, made a perfect throw, and obviously we got the out there. Who knows what would have happened if we didn't? But and then I also, I've seen him run left and right, run down balls. That's why he's out there. It's a big center field here as well. The ball in center field, he got to it, but he didn't find the fence. And then, he kind of ran into it right about the time he was catching the ball. Well, he's got to know where it's at. So there was a lot of good there, and there was some bad. The good was he threw the runner out of third. The bad was he should have just caught the ball in the first place. But he knows that. We've got to do a better job when we get close to the fence.
Bob, close it out.
Yeah, Dave, I know LSU's obviously, coming in, but you have UALR first. You've played them a few times. They've knocked you off a couple times. You're facing one of your old assistants in Chris. Just kind of, how do you approach that game? And just how have you thought about how that series has gone since you guys started playing?
Well, how I approach it. I mean, we're going to, we'll get back. Tomorrow will be a day off for our team on Sunday, well-deserved. And then we'll have some work. We'll do a little working out, maybe even some team workout on a Monday. And a lot of times you don't get to work out on Monday because you're playing on Sunday. But we'll, see who's feeling good. And we got a few things we got to go over as a team. And then, how we're going to work it is we're going to try to win the game, obviously. I do need to fill in a few guys, need to get some at-bats. We've got some good pitchers that need to pitch. We need to see if we need to add them to our roster on the weekend. We got some guys that have good stuff that in a couple of cases they're coming off rehab or they're coming off sickness, and maybe we're going to put them on the roster against LSU. It'd be good to see them pitch well on Tuesday.
And then facing Chris, he's a guy you're obviously familiar with, and thoughts on that.
Some good games, they beat us 3 times, and we beat them a few times, and they have a really good team this year. I think they're picked to win their league, and they were playing Morehead State this weekend. I knew they shut them out last night. I don't know what went on today, but if you're picked to win your league, you've got a veteran team, and that's what he has. He's got experience, older kids, and they're going to give us everything we can handle on Tuesday.
I could squeeze in one more. You alluded to it a little bit, but you're 5-1. I know when you win the first 2, you want to sweep, but 5-1, I think most coaches would take that to start off the SEC. Just kind of how do you feel where you are after 2 series?
Well, I feel like we've learned a lot about our team, as far as wins and losses. If you play good, it usually takes care of itself. Definitely feel good about having 5 wins out of 6 in this league. I think that probably shouldn't be coaches if I wasn't disappointed that we got beat today. I am, but I'm not disappointed with the team or the effort. I think they've been playing hard, and we've still got a long way to go. We're going to grow and get better. And we're going to do it in league play because the competition in the SEC, it's unforgiving. And, like I told them today, you want to win in this league, you got to do all the little things right. You got to take advantage of some things. And we didn't do that today, but I feel great about being 5-1. 6-0 would have been better, but hey, we're on our way.
And just I saw you broke your Twitter silence announcing your grandkids. So, your second tweet of the year.
Yeah. Every now and then I just decide to put that out there. And no, it's one of those things where, I don't say a whole lot on Twitter because, I only say something when I need to say something. And I felt like I needed to get something out because a lot of people comment, a lot of people wondering, didn't know what was going on, which I really, really appreciate that. And I just wanted to make a little comment there. I'm going to let my daughter and her husband, they can have it from here. But, I told them I was going to do that, just put that out and let everybody know that they arrived, and we're all super excited about it.
BetOnline is your #1 source for all your betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for baseball, boxing, golf, and more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use our promo code BELIEVE, that's BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts.